didn't even know that this celebrity is on our list because they had one of their personal assistants or a secretary or someone on their staff take out the subscription in their name. So unfortunately, we're not allowed to.
No problem. So talk about the profile of the caretaker, him or herself. What are they looking for? Why are they doing it?
Well, the primary number one reason people subscribe to the Caretaker Gazette, they're looking to live rent-free. You can do a lot of things if you get that monkey off your back called rent or mortgage payments, and if you get rid of those rent or mortgage payments and start living rent-free, we have a lot of artistic subscribers who tell us they love to paint or do their music or write or whatever their creative endeavor might be, and because they're stuck in as a waiter or waitress or some 9-to-5 grind, some day job that they don't really care for, they really can't get that artistic output out there because they're so tired by the time they're through with their 9-to-5. So they say, if I can get rid of this rent payment or mortgage payment, and if I can live rent-free long-term, and then I can have all this time to do my writing or painting or music or whatever they happen to be into, it's a great lifestyle for people who want to live very inexpensively, because for most people, rent and mortgage payments are their biggest expenditures.
What about cars? What about cars, Gary? What about the ability to be mobile when you're a caretaker?
Well, a lot of our subscribers will have a car, and they'll go from assignment to assignment. They'll go to one position for whatever the time period is, and then when they finish that, they look in the Caretaker Gazette for the next assignment and drive somewhere else. And then others, we have some urban or city positions. And I know years ago when I lived in Midtown Manhattan in New York City, I didn't want a car. It's some places you don't want a vehicle, and others like L.A. you're dead without a vehicle. So it really depends on the location. But I would say by and by most of our subscribers do have a car, so that they can at least have some some transportation to get around and to get to a different assignment. After they complete one assignment, we have a lot of modern nomads who go from assignment to assignment, and one of the ways they do that is they'll drive to different locations, first for the interview and first to check out a new location and a new opportunity, and then obviously drive there if they accept the caretaking assignment and move into a new location somewhere.
So they're still paying for their telephone, they're still paying for their internet connection, they're still paying for food, they're still paying for their own insurance for their car and gasoline. Basically, they're not paying rent.
Well, yeah, but in some cases, as I mentioned, we've got some very wealthy people. In addition to providing free housing, some of these will also offer a stipend, because the property owners will realize that many people do have expenditures, like you just said, and they've got to put food on the table. So they will. A lot of our listings in the Caretaker Gazette will mention, you live here rent-free, we're going to provide you a monthly stipend. And again, each one's going to be different. And some positions in the Gazette have a lot of work. We have some large estates with acres and acres of property. So some of these caretaking positions might have 20 to 40 hours a week of work. And for those are full-time property caretaking positions that come with free housing, salary, benefits, vacation. Some of these positions come with vehicles, insurance. The whole 9 yards is covered for some of these large, wealthy estates.
Very interesting. Many, many years ago, how many people were subscribing to the Caretaker Gazette compared to now?
Well, we started from scratch. So we started from zero to over 10,000 now. But out of those more than 10,000 subscribers, about half are property owners. That's what I was saying. We have some celebrities that we find out about later because their secretary or somebody will subscribe. But we also have some famous names on our mailing list. And when you get a Rockefeller subscribing and on your mailing list, you know that a member of the Rockefeller family is not subscribing to the Caretaker Gazette to locate a rent-free living position. They've got too many homes to live in. And so when you have a Rockefeller on your mailing list, like we do, then they're looking to find people who advertise in our Situations Wanted section. So we have dozens and dozens of people available in each issue of the Caretaker Gazette who will run an ad about themselves saying, please contact me. I'm available to live in and take care of your property. So we have thousands of property owners who subscribe solely to locate people and hire them for one of their property needs.
And how much does it cost to subscribe now?
Well, we have an online version that starts at $29.95 per year, and we still do it the old-fashioned way. We have a postal subscription where we can mail the Caretaker Gazette to a subscriber's mailing address, and that costs $34.95 per year. And then we also offer 2- and 3-year subscriptions.
What are the challenges in this kind of business that you're in, which seems to be expanding and exciting because there's more need on both ends for the business? Are there challenges that are unique to your business?
Not really. I mean, we're the only publication of its kind. There's some competing websites, maybe if that's what you're after, and they all seem to be overseas. And a lot of these overseas websites have taken what the Caretaker Gazette has been doing since 1983, and they'll pop up with a new website, and sometimes they don't last, and they'll disappear, and we get complaints. Sometimes we'll get someone who will call us and say, I subscribe to this website, and they're in Australia or New Zealand or England or somewhere overseas, and now I can't find the website. They've disappeared, and we have to explain, well, I'm sorry, we only have one website, caretaker.org. It's part of the Caretaker Gazette, and I'm sorry if you subscribe to some website that has disappeared. There's been a number of them that have tried what we've been doing for almost 29 years here, and they weren't successful at doing their website, and then they just fold up and disappear.
What about Europe, Gary? How is it different in Europe, for example, for the Caretaker Gazette presence to supply both the caretaker and the property owner to find each other?
Well, actually, our international listings have been on the increase since the popularity of the Internet. As more and more foreigners use the Internet, we, as an example, we're just coming out with our brand new January-February 2011 issue, and we have 26 different foreign countries in this brand new issue. And I know about, say, 10 years ago when the Internet wasn't as popular, and particularly overseas in foreign countries, we didn't used to have as many foreign listings, but we're getting more and more European listings, Asian listings. Also, we get a lot from Australia, and they're all coming right through our website. They go to caretaker.org, they click on advertise, place their advertisement through the website. So with just the spread of the Internet, we're getting more and more different countries, some countries we've never had in the Gazette before ever, and that's primarily coming right through our website.
So they will meet each other through caretakergazette.org. And after that, you're not involved in it anymore, are you?
No, we never get involved with the deal. We're just publishers. We publish all the information from either a potential property caretaker who will advertise in our Situations Wanted section, and then the wealthy property owners contact them directly to make all the arrangements directly, and vice versa. The property owners will list their empty homes in the Caretaker Gazette, and then our subscribers contact the property owners directly to make all the arrangements, and we never get involved. And also, in addition to more and more foreign property owners, and some of them might be Americans who have a property, like say Costa Rica and a lot of Central Belize, Central America seems to be pretty common with a lot of Americans owning a second home. And some of them have contacted us saying, I would feel more comfortable being that I'm an American, having another American house sit and watch my home in Costa Rica. Some have not had pleasant experiences with some of the indigenous people in certain